So my Omar is officially an ESA. That's an emotional support animal. And I had changed my mind about just, I talked to my neighbor friend down the street who apparently has gone through a lot of shit regarding family and whatnot. But anyway, to not be hasty, I decided to not be hasty. I was actually just going to go and visit my friend, but it looks like that is not going to happen. And it goes without saying, I was going to spend as little of the money as possible. I was simply going to, I was going to put it in a, what he recommended is to put it in a separate account should the time come that my mom would get discharged and decide to demand it back from me, sue me or whatever. I also was planning on sending her a bunch of pictures of me and her and Omar and, old pictures and all that, with a letter, saying pretty much, I don't know what I was going to say. Like you're never gonna see me again. I hope, you've made your decision. I hope you're happy with the decision that you made. My mom, Selena, would sign under oath. She told me that she knows that my mom was never, even when we talked about us not being able to live together or me moving out or whatnot, never was my mom going to fuck me over. Ever, ever, ever. Ever was she going to fuck me over. She was supposed to put the house in my name, but even if that wasn't going to happen, she was never going to just let me just leave with the clothes on my back. You know what I mean? She would never do that to me. But my fucking cunt of an aunt would in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? So, as you guys know, I didn't jump. My friends didn't blame me. I didn't jump at the opportunity to just, because I knew to stay here when my mom moved in with my aunt, and I pay all the bills here until such time, like Auntie said in text, if it doesn't work out, will you go, blah, blah, blah. But I knew what Auntie was planning. I knew it. She was going to gain control. But what I didn't know is she's allowed to gain control while my mom's still locked up. I thought she would have to wait. She changed the fucking address, so I called up and it was signed by her, and I called up the postman, and he's like, yeah, she came in, she showed me court documents, so I was yelling at my friends. I'm like, how was she able to do that? How did she do it so fast? And I thought that you have to, wait till I didn't know you could get guardianship over somebody who hasn't even, my mom usually stays in these places not forever. Is she allowed to go and get guardianship? Now, of course, I'm not going to leave. I already contacted my lawyer. I'm sharing my YouTube channel with my lawyer, okay? If I'm not going to, it's bad enough you understand that this is just a joke. And someone like me who's absolutely nothing in this life, but I have a brain, all that I can do is, it's all I have is to tell my story or whatnot, I was doing everything in my power. Met with attorneys, more than one. Discussed guardianship. But then I'm like, if I try to get guardianship over her, she'll fight it, I said, suggested assisted living I told you about. Suggested to her. You understand? I was desperate to not have her in a fucking nursing home. I was desperate, I told you the text from Auntie. She belongs in a nursing home. Auntie had relinquished all just responsibility and control. It was all on me. But the second my mom turns on me, because now Auntie's the good sister and I'm the bad guy who has to make the decisions, Auntie pounced. She pounced. It is one thing for my mom to be sick and to hate me and whatnot. It's another thing for my aunt to take over control and be able to force me at home around with the clothes on our backs or my clothes, you know what I mean? So why would I ever leave? When this conservator was going to take over that time, I have a letter from Auntie saying, don't voluntarily leave. They can't sell your mom's home if you leave. They have to pay all the bills. Does that apply to Auntie too? Can she shut everything off on me? Can she shut the heat off on me? I don't know what she can fucking do. I know what she said they couldn't do. So maybe it applies to her as well. What a joke. See, I'm naive. I wouldn't think that Auntie could do this, A, that fast, B, without notifying anybody in the family, and C, most importantly, while my mom's still locked up. Since when can you obtain guardianship over somebody who's locked up, who can't even, it doesn't make sense. It's all fucked. She signs the release when she gets in there. Isn't taking her meds, isn't doing well. Of course she's filled with hatred towards me simply because I had to be the one, because to her I'm the reason she's in there. And I know for a fact she would do the same thing with Auntie. I have texts from her. When I had to, call 911 on your mom, I was evil. I was the evil and the bad sister and went back to being the half. I have all that, okay? I was doing everything in my power to try to help my mother. She's not interested in assisted living. When she's out, she can fight me regarding guardianship, and she'd go to court, and and I'm not going to fight her for guardianship, especially when I'd be using her money to do it, And then, as you know, she came to me and was having insight and saying, I've had a change of heart, Laura. I don't want you to move out. I've decided I do love you. We belong together, blah, 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 whatever. So we were talking about selling the house and moving away, but of course she's going to put the house in my name, right? Because I need some kind of protection. Would she agree to power of attorney? I don't know. In the end, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter anyway, because I didn't think she would probably not be out. She would be going into a nursing home sooner rather than later anyway. Okay? She could have put her home in my name to protect me. And then the government would get the rest, and that would be it. But of course, we're not even thinking that way. We're thinking brand new start, another state, Go where it's not these horrible New England winters. was set up. Auntie said she didn't want anything to do with anything, so I'm the one who had to make the decisions. Now you know damn well I'm never gonna get to talk to my mom again. I don't have a mother anymore. So I sure as fuck am allowed to tell the world, and I'm gonna tell every single person in this park. Every single one. Every single one. People are gonna know the truth. People are gonna know the truth. All I'm thinking is not like this, you know? If whatever was gonna happen, but not like this, you understand? Not like this. And as for that money, okay? Because I'm sure one of the things that, who knows what Auntie said, I don't know. I asked my friend down the street, she probably went, he's like, she went there and gave a sob story that her sister's in the hospital and no one could, but he's like, she probably even mention you. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is ridiculous. And if Auntie tries to say, you know, like, oh, that's a bunch of hooey. I was financially exploiting my mentally ill mother. Yeah, that ain't flying. Not with anybody that I talk to who knows the truth, okay? I was living here as her caregiver. It's just like, she makes way more money every month, okay? This is just like a husband-wife thing. We didn't like, this is my money, this is your money, and what am I paying? No, it wasn't like that, okay? It wasn't like that. I was paying all the bills. I had the responsibility, okay? We have dogs, huge vet bills, and my mom, up until very recently, was 100% on board. Did she ever ask me how much everything costs? No, but 100% on board with organic food, which is super expensive, okay? And supplements too. She was taking vitamins and CoQ10 and vitamin D and all this crap, okay? So nobody, let me set you straight here, no one can sit there and say about the money that's gone. Now my mom, when she's sick, Ken, oh, my money's gone, she took all my money. Bullshit. That's a bunch of hooey, okay? But she can say that, but it's not true. You understand? It's not true. We used it to live. She was talking about us going on a cruise together. That would have been thousands of dollars. She was talking about selling this house and giving me half. She was talking about putting this house in my name, okay? I knew in the end everything was supposed to go to me. She has the 401k, right? So yeah, we were spending the money. But I don't smoke cigarettes, I don't do drugs, I don't gamble, and I don't take vacations, and I don't buy myself expensive clothes. Where did the money go? I could account for every penny. Of course, my mom's mental illness is going to cause her to be like, how can all that money be gone? Because it is. Because organic food and supplements are expensive. That takes my check. Your pension and Social Security go to pay the bills and what else, your dentist and all that. And then the extra money, you gave me thousands to, you know what I mean? She wanted to do all kinds of crap, okay? Auntie was out of the picture. It was none of Auntie's business, any of it. I was living here as her unpaid caregiver. Okay? But anyways, just like a husband and wife, the wife doesn't work, the husband brings in $200,000 a year or something. But the wife does all kinds of shit, goes on vacations by herself, does facials, manicures, etc., etc., etc. And the husband at the end can't just decide, well, you spent all of my money. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So my mom could sit here and say, you know, oh, the money's gone and whatnot. Yeah. What do you even need it for, Mom? We use it to live. I can account for every fucking penny. I literally can, you know. I have every receipt. I have every whatever. I don't know where it went. It went. Okay? It went. But I'm not her fucking conservator where I was her, you know, we had a joint account, whatever, and I'm not her conservator where I have to account for anything. I don't. And I can legally take all the money out of the joint account, but my mom could sue me for it, but apparently now that's going to be Marion. So, what happens? What happens? What happens is, this is a joke, you know? I'm going to assume the same thing applies to her that she said would apply a couple of years ago to the conservative. They had gotten that don't leave your mom's house. They can't sell it if you're in there. They can't throw you out. This is when we didn't, you know, but we fought and won. So whatever she said, I don't know if she was she thinking that they would be guardianship right away or something. But that was removed. But whatever, she said they have to pay all the bills. So does that apply to her too? It apply to her too. Under these circumstances, I'm not leaving voluntarily. And it's winter. Same thing. I can throw this back in her face, but she had said if they were gonna take over. At least they were doing it on the up and up. She's doing it behind my friggin' back without even, you know, turning my mom against me while my mom's locked up. Nobody's saying that I was going to be living with my mom again. What we're saying is that I knew better and I was warned. And my friend down the street's like, why didn't you go to your lawyer immediately, you know? Why didn't you call? Remember, she's the one that referred. Why didn't you call him immediately? Because I don't think of these things. Because I was fucking devastated, blindsided, heartbroken when the policeman revoked the release. You know, why did I instantly reach out to my enemy and tell her? Because she had given up everything. Why would I ever think this would be the end result? I was trying to get guardianship over my mother. Okay? I was trying to get her into assisted living. In which case she would sell up everything and I would get the, you know, amount to go start a new life with me and my dog. My mom promised me $5,000 for OS cataract surgery, okay? I'm not just going to leave and have Auntie go after that money. According to Auntie's old letter, when they were going to take over, they're like, no judge is going to throw you out, Laura. They have to pay all the bills. They can't turn the heat off and electricity off on you. I've been living here for 4 fucking years. Obviously, I'm not leaving now. And I share my YouTube channel with my lawyer. And I'm going to give everyone here my YouTube channel. Because this is just plain wrong. You understand? The whole reason again, the whole reason that I was going to have that money, I'm not spending it, only what I would need to move or whatever. Because even my friend Selena, even the woman does, she's like, well, maybe your mom will have a change of heart and not go after that money. Just let you have it. Maybe they'll just let you have it. I'm never going to know if my mom's alive or dead. I'm never going to know anything that happens to her. She's going to die thinking that I hated her. So I sure as fuck, under all those circumstances, I'm not going to walk out of here with the fucking clothes on my back. And I would literally be doing that, because unless I have a guarantee that Auntie's not going to come after that money, I'm not going to do it. It'd be one thing if it was up to my mother. But it being up to Auntie, no. So let her evict me. I'm going to assume that would apply to that conservator a couple of years ago, or whatever, if he was the guardian conservator, would also apply to Auntie. That she cannot just, you know, have me out of here in a month or something. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is this was wrong on multiple levels, and the reason it's so wrong is because they made all these plans, and I'm sure she's the one who convinced my mom to revoke the release, but they made all the, now I'm thinking that, I didn't know, but now I do, she's two-faced, you can't trust her. Would it be a bit, she either was the one who convinced my mom to revoke the release, which my mom shouldn't have been allowed to do, by the way, but that's the HIPAA law for you. Even nobody understands that I talked to. You're locked up in a mental hospital. I had just been told 2 days prior, okay, that she's not taking her meds, she's not doing good, she's unresponsive, of course she's going to be hating whoever put her in there, and then she's allowed to revoke the release. It's her HIPAA, right? And then Auntie pounced. She pounced. She was just waiting. And you know what I mean? I told her. Or my mom had been talking to Auntie about how much my mom hates me, I guess. I don't know. I brought stuff to my mom that Friday before that Sunday, and she met with me briefly. I didn't bring her literally $450 glasses, but I was gonna send her old glasses, her old glasses, if I could find them. This is my home of 4 years. You're telling me my eye could just waltz right in here now anytime she wants to? What a joke. This is unbelievable, people. This is just like unfucking believable. Unbelievable. Just the way it's happening. You know what I mean? The way that it's happening. Auntie's gonna make it out like it's all about the money. Yeah, you're rich. You're pretty rich, and that guy recently you were taking care of died, and your family's living for free in his home, even though he had kids, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, Auntie? Excuse me if I am, losing my mother, and I never expected, over these last, my mom was getting worse and worse. I never expected to but she could have put the house in my name. You understand? But in the end, she's too mentally ill to do that, and she was gonna. Then she decided she hates me. She's hated me for no reason. She's not well. Told you. That hospital that she was in that last time, they discharged her too soon. I'm not just going to slink away. I'm not just going to... This isn't a matter of... I know Auntie would win. You understand? It's not a matter of Auntie winning or not winning. It's a matter of smearing my name. It's a matter of just... This is a joke. You know, it's a fucking joke. Joke. If people can say, oh, you talk about your mom's personal shit, I don't, yeah. I'm nothing in this life, you understand? There's a reason they say the pen's mightier than the sword. I don't have anything else but just to say what happens to me. I don't have anything else. I sit there and I read these texts. When Auntie we were at a facade, a pseudo friendship that I thought was stronger than it actually was. You know, at least in the point, you know, and you're a godsend to your mother. You don't cause your mom's breakdowns any more than I did. And then in the future, this is my mom's phone, in the future, when I don't want Auntie to have my phone number because she ripped me apart when I had the nerve to bother her, basically just venting about me being upset over my mom being over-medicated and whatnot, you know? Venting to my so-called friend. Not ordering her to do anything, not ordering her to drive me here, no, just venting. I was upset. You know, but apparently you can't do that with Auntie. If you, so the future thing is you're the cause of all your mom's breakdowns. You're the biggest stressor in your mom's life. That, you know. So that was on that phone. But then we're back on this phone, to my mom's phone, where I was still keeping Auntie in the loop. We no longer are pretending for the sake of my mom. She destroyed that. I would have continued with it, continued kissing her ass, but not when it comes to my disagreements regarding her nurse practitioner, Selena calls nurse fractured, just always just not having an opinion and going along with whatever the mental hospital puts, blah, 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 you know, stuff like that. But I still kept her in the loop. Okay? I still kept her in the loop. I asked my friend down the street, I said, how did the guy, the male, it's like the married couple, but how did she do this just like that? Like, when I live here, when I pay the bills, when I was my mom's healthcare proceeds, like she could go in there and not even mention you if she wanted to, or she could just smear your name and say and get a thing from the hospital saying that your mom had revoked the release and hates you and wants nothing to do with you and accuses you of stealing her money, which is a bunch of bullshit. Okay, it's a bunch of bullshit. Told you. I'm sorry, but if you think anything to the contrary, you're ignorant. If you think anything to the contrary, you are ignorant, okay? This was not a situation where it's mine and her, it's just like husband and wife, mine, yours. This was a situation where I had control of the money and we lived. Period. Period. And my mom made all kinds of things. I want to get you a boob job. We're going to go on a cruise. I want to buy you a $1,500 bed. You know what I mean? Anything you can think of, okay? So why am I going to worry about spending the money? I figure why not make both our lives good now? Why not enjoy it? I used to tell her, you guys know, go on vacation, Mom, go visit your friend for a month, do this, do that. And she wound up doing nothing. And in the end, she didn't do it, and I'm sure she just headed for a nursing home under the control of her sister, and I'm never going to know anything. I'm not even going to have a mother anymore. I'm not even going to be able to be allowed to talk to her. Nothing. I was going to send her something to the hospital, but you know my aunt has already made it so they won't give my mom anything that I sent. I did the best I could. My conscience is clear. And yeah, Auntie turned over the remainder, but Auntie never had to account for that. She turned it over. Did we get an itemized thing of why that much was left out of the 53? No. We were just grateful that the government didn't have it. Now, my mom wasn't in a nursing home. We took it and that was it, okay? My mom's in her mental illness wants to know how much money's left, you know, doesn't ask all along, it's not whatever, and then she's pissed so much it's gone. Meanwhile, it's like, you know what, Mom? That's how it is. Like, Joe's like, she doesn't know what things cost. And then in her mental illness, she's like, well, why don't you get a job, or why don't you go back to Donald, or why not my abusive, but this is not the mother who loves me, you understand? But even after she said all that shit to me, okay? And by the way, and when she wanted me to leave, when I know she can't live alone, but when she wanted me to leave, I could have half of the remaining money, plus $5,000 for her cataract surgery, because, now I want you to understand this, because she has the large 401k, that in the end, I know she winds up in winds up in a nursing home, inevitably, it all goes to the government anyway. So why am I going to be worried about spending it? Okay? See, we're dealing with two things here. We're dealing with what my mom thinks, and as for the thing and she wanted to do the organic, and when I first moved in here in 2012, I helped her lose 30 pounds, and she was thrilled, okay? She was thrilled. She was thrilled. And yeah, I have encouraged her because I'm trying to save her, because I know how those segments are poisoning her. But over these last few minutes, there's then I just gave in. We weren't doing organic anymore. We were doing some organic, but I was buying frozen vegetables, microwave, buying meat, doing whatever she wanted. Okay? The only thing that I got on her case about justifiably, and I won't apologize for it, is she wasn't drinking enough fluids. You can go to the MSN article, and it says if you're living with somebody, in the elderly, they lose their sense of thirst, especially if she's forgetful. She's really not going to remember to drink enough. I'm doing it out of love. I'm not doing it to try to control her. I'm trying to save her. And it's undeniable, had I not been living here, she wouldn't even be here right now. Oh, it's highly unlikely she'd be here right now because of that lithium toxicity thing. She probably would have just gone into kidney failure and died if she was living here alone. Because the more toxic she was getting, the more confused she was getting, the less likely she would be to ever go to the hospital on her own. I had to trick her. I couldn't call 911. She got upset. But after that thing with the lithium toxicity, I wasn't going to do that anymore, but I still didn't call psych this last time I called medical. She wouldn't have wound up sectioned had she not needed to be sectioned, you understand? And it was going to happen sooner rather than later. I'm not the only one. She's planning it. I'm not the only, she's been sectioned by her therapist in the past. But I called medical 911. Medical. Even when I was told she hadn't been taking her meds and had a UTI, I gave her the benefit of the doubt, because the nurse was giving her the benefit of the doubt. Well, we're just trying to get her medically cleared. Well, no, we're trying to take care of her. The UTI can cause confusion. We're giving her the benefit of the doubt, okay? But in the end, there was no benefit of the doubt. They sectioned her, okay? It was out of my hands, but she hates me, and it's like, because to her, I had a choice. That's why in the regular hospital, Mama, I had no choice. You did have a choice. You did. I was a living, breathing being. You took my life from me. I will never forgive you for this ever, Laura. Laura, I don't love you. I will never forgive you, Laura. I don't love you. And that is the bitter, angry, irrationally against me woman, human being, that my aunt gets to manipulate and whisper in her ear and all that while my mom's locked up and hating me. Tell me that's fucking fair. Tell me that's fucking fair. Selena even thought, maybe if your mom gets out or whatnot, you've moved out, but you might have a change of heart about, selling her house and moving away, and it's crap. Auntie led me to believe that she 100%, believe my mom belonged in a nursing home and whatnot, but it's my responsibility, and that's why I was seeing lawyers. And then the minute my mom The minute Auntie knew, the second Auntie knew, the second Auntie knew, because I have the text to prove it. I know when I texted Auntie and when she texted me. Your mom wants to, the second she gets to look like the good sister, but nobody I talk to, they could see right through her. That she's just after the control again, and she can't even wait till my mom gets out of the mental hospital. She already went to the courts. And I did doing something that I have no idea because I'm naive. I think people have rights. I think nobody can get guardianship over my mother while my mother's locked up in a mental hospital. Little did I know, huh? Little did I know. Did I know people, huh? I already read you these, but I just want you to understand what's going on now versus just January. Back when Auntie, when I hadn't crossed Auntie by disagreeing with her or annoying her with my texts, concerned over my mom. Unreal. Unfucking believable. I have nothing left to lose anymore. Every person in this neighborhood's going to get a copy. Not that I think anyone's going to look, but some people will. Bet that guy over there likes, I bet he'll look at my YouTube channel if I give it to him. That's all I have. I have nothing else. I'm barely hanging on. And that's it. It's why, all I have is my ability to express myself. I see right through this shit. It's just wrong. I'm not gonna fight Auntie. I would never win. I thought, you can't do that to someone. As far as I know, my mom, but I don't know anything. See, you start with revoking the release, with my mom irrationally hating me, See, my mentally ill mother being upset about the money being gone. Is because she's thinking in her delusions about she's never ever going to be in a home, and she would talk about she's going to live to be 100 and stuff, whatever. Whereas I was making our lives good now. And the fact is, I have all the receipts. So if someone tries to say, oh, you spent all your mom's money, on what? On what? On living? As far as I and most other people are concerned, my mom wouldn't have even been able to stay here if I wasn't here. And she would have been probably dead had I not been living here. So, again, don't smoke cigarettes, don't do drugs, don't gamble, and don't take any type of vacation. So the money went where? I don't know. I don't know. that was my mindset. That my mom wasn't long for, you know. And again, she talked about getting me a boob job. How much are they? Are they $10,000? You know, it's like she talks all this shit. Why am I going to worry about spending the money just to make our lives better, both of us? You know, trying to keep her healthy, trying to combat the goddamn toxin, psych med poison, you know. So I don't apologize for that. I know my aunt could use that. She can use that. I would never be able to get guardianship over my mom. But what I'm not going to do is just slink away and look like just this horrible human being, you know. I refuse. I already sent my YouTube channel to my lawyer. But I am not stopping there. No, I didn't imagine this. I did not imagine this. I imagined that my mom would get out. She would decide what she was going to do. But then there's no solution anyway, because she can't live alone, and I wasn't going to live with her. So where is the solution? I don't know. I just didn't imagine it this way. And also, I know my mom, I was going to send her a thing, you know? Whatever, like, she's going to... this is what you want? You just want your sister? You've rejected... You know, you're going to... Now she's going to die. Not only hating me, but falsely believing I hated her. I hate her or whatnot. It's sick. It's sick. Auntie has the control now. I can guarantee you she put in that that my mom is not even to get anything I mailed to her. So it's done deal, people. You understand? It's a done deal. But she's not going to get away with it just secretly. You understand? What I had imagined was this. This is what Selena had imagined too. I was going to leave. Okay. Money in, I guess, what neighbor friend calls an escrow account, whatever. I wasn't obviously not going to blow it all. I'm going to put it in a separate account. And then, and see if my mom would have a change of heart. Not about us living together, just about her hating my fucking guts, you understand? And also see if she decided that she'd let me have the money. That she not only doesn't need, because she has a 401k, but also promised me I could have, you know? To start a new life for me and my dog, so we're not just out on the street like Auntie would do to us. Not like this. I'm not going to leave not like this. It would have been one thing if I left. Again, only spend as much as I needed to, the money, right? And then wait to see if my mom, not my Marion, you know, not my aunt, my mom would come after me and prove to me once and for all that she cared more about money than she did about me and Omar. Not like this. Not like this. No, I'm not leaving. Did I tell you he's in ESA now? Your mama's ESA. She paid $179 online. Spent about 5 hours filling out a 37 questionnaire. 37 questions. Mama's ESA, huh? Not like this, people. Like I said, I'd actually recently decided I was just going to not even ship my stuff since I don't even know, I was gonna, no, not doing anything, not leaving. Why would I fight Auntie for guardianship that I would never win anyway? She's a pillar of the community. I'm nothing. But maybe my lawyer could negotiate. Auntie agrees to never sue me for that money, and also agrees that if the time should come that my mom, I don't even think she's going to be capable of anything, but if she did, if she wanted to reach out to me, she wouldn't be forbidden, or I would still be allowed to send her stuff or something, not just completely shut out based on decisions she made to revoke and everything when she's locked up in a mental hospital and hating me because I called 911. Just like in the past, it was Auntie that called 911 and she's hating Auntie. I have it here, people. You get it? I'm not saying. I'd already decided. Like when Auntie had said, screaming at me at the phone, everything's still going to go to you. Nothing's going to go to me. You know damn well nothing's going to go to me. She was just full of shit anyway. She's probably saying all that, everything's still going to go to you, while she's throwing me crumbs and planning on doing this, getting guardianship over my mom so she has the control, Auntie instead of my mom, to throw me out with the clothes on my back, literally. I'm going to assume she can't just do that instantly. I don't know. All I know is I have that old letter from her that I could find where she said, it's winter, no judge is going to throw you out in the winter, Laura, when you have, et cetera, and just stay there, let them force you out. They have to go through the same court procedures to get you out of there, as a regular landlord would, so that should apply to Auntie too, right? Because if she's going to sue me for all that money and get it back, and then I'm left with nothing, I sure as fuck am not leaving this house. You know what I mean? I'll stay here and save up my $1,000 a month while she's paying the bills, and you know what I mean? But I'm not leaving with nothing. I'm going to force her to evict me. And I'm going to tell everyone about my YouTube channel so everybody knows what's happened to me and to my mom. Because it's not right to sit there and influence and tell, which my Auntie's done in the past because my mom never listened, that, intensify my mom's hatred of me while my mom's locked up. And, that's manipulative. That's sick. It's not anything I would ever do. When Auntie turned against me 3 months ago, whatever it was, September, I think, Auntie immediately my mom told me, was calling up my mom and bad-mouthing me left and right while my mom's locked up, and when my mom and my mom was sad. She doesn't even ask me how I'm doing, and my mom would say to me, she doesn't care about me. And now, complete turnaround, and now Auntie is saving the day. Auntie's this hero. Auntie's the savior, because Auntie didn't have to make the decisions to call 911 or whatnot, But yeah, my aunt, when I'll read you those texts where she called up my mom, and my mom had just got back from that 3-day stay in the regular hospital. My mom was crying to me, and I have all those messages that I'm going to tape. Whatever. So this will be the end. I don't get the money in the bank. We already know I don't get anything. I don't get what my mom had wanted, which was this house in my name. which basically would have meant that if my mom, but Auntie's full of shit with her little gonna make my sister well again and whatnot. It's a bunch of bullshit, but it makes her look really good. And like my friend said, you didn't jump at her throwing your crumbs, so this is what she did. I didn't take the offer. Yeah, justifiably didn't take the offer. I stay here and pay all the bills while you inevitably take over control, and then I'm left with absolutely nothing. Why would I take that offer? Why not take my chances, take the money in the joint account, and see if my mother, not you, decides to come after me for it? See, I didn't know Auntie was going to do this. I didn't know it was so easy. I'd heard that getting to court and get guardianship over someone takes a long time, it's a long drawn-out court thing or whatnot. I didn't know it was that easy. She could do it like that. This whole thing just went down a week ago. What the fuck? It's a week ago, right? Yeah. Auntie didn't do any of this. I'm sure she did it probably just recently, this week or something. I said to my friend, how could she do that when I've been living here for 4 years? He's like, she probably didn't even mention you. She might have just gone in. I'm like, that's what? She goes in and just says, I need a temporary my sister's locked up in a mental, so I need to pay her bills and just pretend I don't exist at all? Oh, surprise, surprise there, huh? All I am is scum in this life. I'm just treated like scum. Anyway, let's go back just so you can see the bullshit in this. Laura, it's not your fault your mom is breaking again any more than it's my fault that she gets hospitalized when she does. I can't take her today because I'm going into wherever. However, when I get back, if you make sure to be there to open the door, I will get her to the hospital. I'm leaving for another country. Yeah, she goes on vacations all the time. And you don't want to leave you with no way to stop your mother from going deeper into a psychotic state than she needs to. The quicker she gets help, the quicker she'll get better. Oh, by the way, I forwarded all my inbox from my mama's phone. In the end, I don't know what's going on. Might as well just take the fucking phone. Yeah, I didn't imagine this. And I wasn't gonna have Auntie come here either. Why should I when she's going off on me? What's the point that she has to come and get my mom's furniture before my mom gets out of the mental hospital? When she could come, you know what I mean? It's like, no, who knows what she said? Who knows? He thinks she didn't even mention me, or else she did mention me and just made me out to be total scum. I mean, like he said, you're not there to defend yourself. So in the end, you think about it, you know, she's doing this, she's just going to put my mom in a nursing home. Who knows what's going on? I highly doubt she's going to even wind up. She just got guardianship over. She's not going to wind up taking her in and whatever. And you know, it's just bullshit. But you damn well know she's not. She's going to go after me for that money. She can't go after me for the money that me and my mom spent together while I was living here, but she can go after me for the money I withdrew from the joint bank accounts. Could she get it back? I don't know. Like I said, like my friends said, it's just like husband and wife, where the wife might just is spending tons of money but doesn't have an income, you know, and the husband doesn't. You can take the joint and say whatever. You'd have to prove it. Selena will sign under oath, not that I didn't think that would matter, but she said she'll sign a letter under oath of everything my mom had always wanted for me. My mom was never just going to leave me with nothing like I know my aunt would do. I can guarantee you she already made it so that anything I said to my mom will not be given to my mother. That's just sick. That is so sick. I didn't even do anything wrong. That's why I wrote to the lawyer. I wanted you to hear what I said to my lawyer, and I also forwarded it to Selena, Karen, and Joe. I want you guys to hear, but I also want you to hear this. This is probably going to run out. I wasn't expecting this one. That's how naive I am. I didn't know you could do it. I did not know you could get guardianship over somebody while they're locked up in a mental hospital. That doesn't seem right to me. I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't understand it. And if she said it's because she has nobody and someone else, I just don't get it. Why it would even be approved. I just don't get it. But he said she probably was saying, oh, well, I have to pay the bills or she'll lose her house or this, that, or whatever. But who knows? I don't understand it, people. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I wasn't just going to leave. I was going to send my mom a letter. You know, my mom's sitting there hating me, and I'm like, I hope you and your sister are very happy. You're irrationally hating me for something that I know I had no choice but to do. You know, it's like, and I was going to send her a ton of pictures of us and be like, you can rip these into pieces, but no, I'm sure Auntie already put it that I'm not allowed to give my mom anything. Of course she did. You know that's what she did. I'm sure if she didn't already find out already, I'm sure she's enraged. I already got the money out of the bank. I wasn't that stupid. I bet Auntie didn't imagine I would have done that, huh? She'd probably think, I would think, what's the rush? The rush was I had no idea when my mom was going to get out. In the end, the saddest thing is my mom's sitting there I don't even get to know if my mom's alive or dead, but the saddest thing is my mom's sitting there thinking, oh, my sister's going to save the day. Save me and have me with her, and she's going to make me better and all this crap. Meanwhile, Auntie got guardianship. She's just going to throw my mom in a nursing home, you know? I thought it was more difficult to get guardianship than that. She just whispered in her ear, people. Told her, while my mom's locked up in the mental hospital, intensified my mom's hatred of me. Told her what she wanted to hear. So first step, my mom revokes the release. She's not going to whatever. The next step is, he said that she probably got a letter from that mental hospital saying whatever. Saying that whatever. Who knows? Who knows? Whatever it is, she got temporary guardianship over my mom. So that's it, I'm nothing. I'm officially nothing. So you think I'm just going to slink away so Auntie can stab me in the final, easily? Slink away, and then if she gets to sue me for that amount of money and I have to give that all back, then I'm left with nothing. Whereas if I stay here, I can at least save up my $1,000 a month. You get it? I'm not leaving with the clothes on just on my back, people. It's bullshit. Selena knows what my mom wanted me to have. The lawyer knows. My mom sat there with our lawyer, and, my mom was just, even before she found out that a lot of the money that her sister turned over to us was gone, where did it go? And the reason I told her is because she kept begging me, and she had a right to know, and then she was upset because she has no concept of anything. And I'm like, Mom, we spent thousands on vet bills. We spent thousands, and you spent thousands to get my stuff from LA, It is what it is. I don't know where the money went. It went. It went. It's easy to do, like the woman who takes care of Angel. We got over $1,000 for this bed. We got $700 to the lawyer. There's $2,000 right there from the when Auntie turned over to us over a year ago. The remainder of that settlement money, the wrongful death settlement money or whatever. But again, Auntie didn't have to account for anything. And then Selena says, didn't your aunt take tons of money from your mom and never give it back? No. That was the thing where they agreed to split it, and it went year after year after year after year, and they fought and they had agreed to split it, and they might have went up with nothing. So no, she did not. My mother never would have done that if not for my aunt, and there was other people later who said that my aunt had no right, or basically, or even, my cousin was saying ethical, like Auntie has money, why does she have to take money from her mentally ill sister, etc., etc., but I never thought that was wrong. They made that agreement years and years prior, okay? So no, Selena, Auntie did not take, but in the end, she didn't have to account for all of it gone. I don't know if that was correct or not. We just took whatever she handed over to us, and my mom was happy to have control again, and Auntie was out of the picture, not a power of attorney, not anything, and I didn't coerce my mom to have me Auntie's blessing, joint account. If Mom was up in the hospital, you got to pay the bills. But over a long time later, my mom, who doesn't have any concept of what things cost, can sit there and be upset that the money's gone. What do you even care, Mom? You're headed for a nursing home anyway. Seriously. I made you late. What do you even care? But she's not thinking that way because she's mentally ill, you know what I mean? No, I didn't expect this one. So I'm not going anywhere. Going anywhere. Not unless Auntie signs something that I can have that money free and clear, and that's it. But I also But there's no point in fighting my aunt anyway. And I fight my aunt and it goes back to the same thing. Then the government will step in and take over. See, there's no whatever. You tell me, people, this is a bullshit situation. I live here. I've lived here for 4 years. It's my home. She can get guardianship over my mom while my mom's locked up in a mental hospital. Now she can just come in here whenever she wants. I don't understand. I don't understand why any court would just do that. Unless, like he said, she pretended I wasn't even in the picture. And then I'm like, well, how could she get away with that? Because you're not there to say anything, Laura. But she did it all just, you know? Can she do that now? I live here, she gets guardianship over my mom behind my back, and now she can come in here whenever she wants? Is that how this works? I don't understand. I really don't understand this, people. I really don't. Anyway, I read you that, right? And then I'll stand up for you. You've been a godsend to me and your mom. It's all from Auntie. Back when I had to find her by not kissing her ass. Like I'd been doing for a long time for the sake of my mom. For months and months and months just to keep the peace. Because I cared about... Now you know what I've been through. When your mom gets sick, I become her half-sister, an evil person. She's whatever, is the wrong type of Sumera, I don't know what that means. Sumera? I don't know, she's whatever. You can't take what she says as her real feelings. You can't take what she says as her real feelings. Oh, yeah, whatever, Auntie, you know. You can't take it as her real feelings, like Auntie, if Auntie likes me, or if she did it to Auntie. Auntie experienced this when I wasn't even in the picture, you know. She hates anyone who tries to stop her from acting out her crazy fantasies. Then you're a healthcare proxy and you have a say where she said blah 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 is the best one, blah 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 blah. I had no say as her healthcare proxy where she said Auntie's wrong about that. I told you she's wound up in these hospitals again where I didn't want her to be. I have no say at all. No say. Auntie is ignorant in that. No say. Doesn't matter, we have no say, Auntie. I mean, they try to take your suggestion a little bit, but it's just, this is such bullshit. This is such bullshit. She should not have been allowed to do this. Not unless I actually left, you understand? But not if I just say I'm leaving. I could say anything, I'm moving out, blah, 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 whatever, but until I'm actually gone, she shouldn't be able to get guardianship over my mom when I'm still living here. Now she can just come in whenever she wants? You tell me I have no rights, even though this has been my home for 4 years, and I was, you know, my mom had a doctor's note for me to be her living caregiver. I have no rights now? Are you kidding me? You've got to fucking be kidding me. Then we got all the nice messages, and then we've got Laura, she needs to go to the hospital, call the police. Believe me, and you guys know this, if I had called Auntie, but I had no reason to, I made the decision myself. If I had called Auntie that day where I called medical 911 on my mother and told her everything that was happening, my mom had been crying for days, but she wouldn't tell me it was wrong, she just said she didn't feel good, she won't get up and go to a dentist, she's like this, and ignored me, she stayed up all night, insisting on staying up all night, and I said, alright, you can stay up all night. Remember, I've been sleeping on the couch, so I was like, Mama, can you please go to, I don't want to go to bed, my bed's too soft. She usually loves this bed. She bought this bed for over $1,000, okay? But anyway, all of that, Auntie would have said in a heartbeat, you need to call 911, okay? And she would have told me to call Psych 911 based on all the things my mom had been doing. And I refused to call. She would have called Psych 911 on my mom long before if my mom had public outbursts like she'd been doing all this crap, okay? And then, remember, I was keeping Auntie in the loop, okay? In the loop, but we're not friends anymore, but it's still her sister. I'm going to keep her in the loop. So we're on my mom's phone, and I'm keeping her in the loop, and I don't want her to have my phone number, and you know what I mean? This is such bullshit. I had written to Auntie and saying, these hospitals aren't helping her, I'm not going to call Psych 911 on her anymore, blah, 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 and look. And then from Auntie, bad idea, she needs to get stable, and then Auntie was warning me, warning me that the elder services will be called if they think we don't care about you about getting well or whatnot. I had no choice when I called 911 medical the other day. I cannot just sit back and allow my mom to get sicker, and it turned out I was right. It's not like she had a UTI and she wasn't taking her meds, so I was right. I say this because if family appears to not care if she's well, elderly affairs can be called, okay? She set me up, my aunt set me up. The minute my mom turns on me the way Auntie has admitted my mom has turned on her in the past, Auntie pounced and intensified feelings of my mom's anger and blame towards me that were already there. Yeah. I'm not leaving under these circumstances. I'm not leaving under these circumstances, people. I'm not doing it. She got control. She's just going to put my mom in a nursing home. Whereas if I had gotten control, I would have tried to get my mom in something other than a nursing home. But the money all goes to the government. I don't see why I can't have a small amount to start a new life with me and Omar. But whatever, you know. I was gonna die. If I didn't even have a chance to change her mind. The woman down the street was like, I think your mom's gonna have a change of heart. She's not gonna go after you for that money. And then Selena said, you know, maybe I think your mom will change her mind and actually decide to sell her house and move away like you guys had planned. Yeah, we were all wrong, Selena. Is she gonna come here with the police and demand to be let in? This is such a joke, people. I don't want to do it anymore. This is what she wrote to me. Laura, I want you to be your mother's healthcare proxy. She's your mother and I don't want to do it anymore. Yeah. I'm the one who has to be responsible. I'm the one whatever. The minute my mom irrationally turns on me, like you admit she's done to you numerous times in the past, we're the bad guy if we have to get my mom the help she needs but doesn't want to admit that she needs or thinks she doesn't need, and Pouncy pounced. She pounced. She pounced. This isn't about whether or not my mom and I could live. This is about I was trying to help her. This is just, it's just bullshit. Believe me, I was not going to, no matter what, live with my mom again. But I get Auntie's little deal. You stay there, pay all the bills. Your mom will move in with me and pay me rent. And then, if it works out, just try it, Laura. Why not? It's a win-win situation. If it doesn't work out, where will you and Omar go? What? With the clothes on her back, Auntie? I mean, it's just bullshit. If it doesn't work out, where will you and Omar go? If it doesn't work out with her, she made my mom think all this crap, and then in the end, you know what she's going to do. She's going to get guardianship and put my mom in a nursing home. She's not going to make my mom well again. Or maybe she'll put up the facade of trying, I don't know. Who knows? She'll put up the facade of trying and my mom inevitably gets sick again, then she'll put her in a nursing home. Now she has all the power. But why would I was right. She proved I was right to not agree to this deal because I knew I'm smart. I'm smart. I knew. I didn't know guardianship. I just figured the second that my mom got out, she'd have the joint account with Auntie. That would make sense. And then I'm out in the cold. If it doesn't work out and my mom has to come back here, we can't live together, then I'm at my Auntie's mercy, not my mom's, who might have a change of heart and start loving me again. And there you go. I'm out in the cold with nothing. But of course, Auntie's not going to care about that. As far as Auntie's concerned, my mom's given me enough in her life, and, you know. So whatever. You're going to fuck me over. I'm staying here. You can evict me. You can evict me, or you can sign something that says you will not ever go after that money, that I can have it. Auntie's not going to do that. She'll never do that. She doesn't need the money. My mom doesn't need the money. It's not about that. It's about fucking me over.